play out. Look back to the Boston Celtics, who were 20-21 at one point before going on to the NBA Finals. Chemistry, how you're going to play, new faces, all of these things have to find a way to come together.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. On the block,
Off the bat.
next to Embiid.
A steal and a
played here in the start of the game. Harden the pass to DJ for three. Buries the long-range jumper. DJ's got 5 points so far.
some good shit right there.
That wide open, I can promise you, James Harden will find you.
In that situation is something that isn't going to help the offense.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop. You know, outstanding start you've made.
To get out early against a good defensive team, Greg, it's going to require some great play calling.
Finding the weak link and then finding a way to exploit it. No one said it would be easy.
And making good use of mismatches.
It's Harris.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Here's DJ. And they call the foul. So he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. And it goes down.
Oh, they caught up? Let me just hit some threes, bro. Let me bang some threes on them.
Attributes necessary to be a three-level scorer. That means the mid-range must be pure. Show him, Jalen.
Gets the three-point ball. It's in the game.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
As hot as...
No good. And Philadelphia the other way now.
And as I watch Cole out there, Kevin, I just love the progression he's made. The young man's put the work in to improve his game and really starting.
That and one, son.
Well, you
And now he understands how to play winning basketball. And that's no bias from me. That's just my analysis.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Made them niggas do circles, bro.
As we know, Greg, the NBA is a star-driven league.
Hard to contend without a top 10 player on the roster. The Magic have been patient in their approach. And one player taking a leap this season would be
Harris. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Here's DJ. And good. There's another. That gives him 51.
making it look easy.
Poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
Here's DJ. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Mohamed Bamba.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And the media is able to vote on awards like all rookie, but
Against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And connects again from distance.
There it is, a shot that puts him at the top of the record book.
Well, Greg is now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Kicks to DJ. Jacks up a three. Good. Another three.
Unbelievable. Gets the record.
Broke the record. That's crazy.
A new single game record, GA, in a night that everyone will remember for the rest of their lives.
And the only thing that can slow down his three-point onslaught, maybe a break in play.
Well, this crowd can do nothing but watch in awe, GA.
Player this dialed in from deep. Every time he lets it fly, you know it's going to fall.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do.
What's the latest?
Nate White just dropped with potential trade details. There's a mixed reaction on social.
Yeah, he just went on Top Takes Daily to talk about it. I mean, I got it all queued up if you want to check it out. All right, let's do it.
So basically what I'm hearing right now is that Othella is considering offering MP in 3 first-round picks
Wow.
in exchange for Shep Owens. But, I mean, The organization is obviously this like internal debate about whether the price is actually too high, but this is what it's looking like to actually get the deal done.
Thank you. It's about time. Bring Shep home.
You're wrong, Perk. They'd be giving up a huge haul for a player they could have drafted just a few months ago. If I'm team president Phil Boyer, I don't see how I can sign off on this. Are those picks all unprotected?
Well, obviously it sounds a little ridiculous, right? But, I mean, from what I'm hearing, yes, you're correct. But Othella Hopkins was told to quote, blow them away in order to make this happen.
Well, he did.
I'm sorry, but that's way too much. Am I the only one who thinks this is ridiculous?
Unfortunately, yes. And I'll tell you another thing. If Phil Boyer had let his GM do his job and draft the guy that he wanted in the draft in the first place, he wouldn't even be in this mess. Mistakes were made. Now clean them up.
How did they make a mistake? MP looks every bit the prospect Shep does right now. I don't see how you can justify this deal without admitting that your organization is actually just in complete disarray. This is a mess, all right, but it has nothing to do with MP.
Okay, I'm confused. Because what is this part about Phil overruling Othella? Well, apparently Shep was Othella's guy before. Okay, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Because it always seems so personal to him. Like well beyond some sort of clash with Freddie. Well, it's both. Look, I did some digging, and Phil hiring Freddie just kind of pushed him over the edge. Like, he wasn't your biggest fan, but once Freddie was hired, he was convinced that you were part of some plot to overthrow him. Bro, this is insane, man. Nah, it's kind of just Othella.
So what do we do now?
Do we have to do anything? I mean, that trade is literally crazy. Phil would never sign off on that. I mean, would he?
I don't know.
Seriously?
Look, it's hard to get a read, man. I mean, Boyer keeps his cards close to the vest.
So now it's hard for you to get a read.
They're gonna trade me for
we've got a plan.
fucking
this isn't unexpected.
first-round picks? That's crazy, bro.
Othella has been using Nate to leak his agenda to the press.
Right.
So it's time we do the same thing.
And you've already done all the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
I mean, all the fans are on your side. The narrative of Othella having outdated methods has already been established. I mean, all we really have to do is tell your side of the story in full. It's time to chop his head off.
Wow, you just can't help yourself with
Well, how am I the only one that's excited? Our plan is working beautifully. I mean, we have Othella right where we want him.
Okay, I will set up a conference call with Nate. This is our ace in the hole. We'll tell him everything that's been going on behind the scenes. Nate will publish those facts. National will pick up on that story, and we'll be golden.
And we use Nate because he's been the most critical of me up until this point.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We're at Tribal Council, and Othella is about to be voted off the island.
No. I'll let you know when the conference call is set up. Can you pay attention to your phone, please?
I'm looking forward to it.
Take it the other way. Their last game, a win against the Magic, looking to carry it into this one.
They were so consistent from the three-point range in that one, and that's a nice weapon to have as a visiting team.
Yeah, Harrell, and it's blocked by Embiid.
Look at how well Embiid uses his size on defense there, sliding down the shot and doing it with authority.
Just like that.
Pass to DJ, looking to get back on track, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Can you say immediate entry on the ropes?
And it's the Magic with the ball, following the score by Philadelphia. In transition, here they come.
Again. Posterized, mother good.
When you get a chance to run to make the play.
Here's DJ, and count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. The Magic making a switch here. Ross is checked in. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game.
While he was born in Arizona, when it's time for national team play, Matisse Thybulle suits up for Australia down under. And you know what? He does. I mean, in the NBA, you've got to have ways to score over defenders of all sizes.
Here's DJ. And the 76ers another three.
Great. Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. We've got Wendell Carter, Banchero out there with Mo Wagner. Then it's Suggs, and it's Hampton in at the point guard position. So that... Oh, and again, unable to change momentum here. And the bucket counts, and he is on his way to the line, trying to make it a 3-point play. And a new group.
That's that rock,
for the
bro.
Sixers. Harold's checked in for Joel
Bro,
Embiid.
that's that rock. Come on, bro.
Comes in for Tobias Harris. Korkmaz is checked in for Thibault, and Milton subbed in for Maxey.
Boy, you have to like how he's shot. That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Here's DJ. Count it.
And trust me, when the D is slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay. Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now. On their
NBA in 1982, there were around 300 players. Nowadays, it's over 500.
Yeah, you know, some would argue that's more opportunities, which is factual, but also others would say it's a little watered down now. But there are more good players, so I think it's basically an expansion of...
So, how you feeling, big guy? You nervous?
I wouldn't say nervous, but, you know, I don't do stuff like this normally, so I am kind of...
Okay, well, we're doing this on speakerphone, so if you need any help, we'll be jotting down some answers on our phones so we can show you.
More like suggestions. It's most important for you to handle this in a way that feels comfortable for you.
Mila, you know, I really appreciate your support, you know.
Yeah.
I know, you know, battling it out in the press isn't how you want to go about it.
As soon as you made a decision, I was on board. I trust you.
Hey, I really hate to
And
interrupt
I'm
this
here for you
tender, touching
always.
moment, but Nate is waiting on line 1 right now.
How long has he been on hold?
20 minutes? What? I just wanted to make him squirm a little bit.
Look, we're giving him a huge scoop. He can wait all day long if he has.
You guys are so devious. You know that?
It comes with the package. Look, focus up, man. You ready to do this?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Hey, Nate, I'm here with MP.
Great. For a minute, I thought you forgot about me, but MP, how you doing, man?
I'm great, man. I'm looking forward to setting the record straight.
Anonymously.
Yes, of course. And as far as readers are concerned, this is coming from a source familiar with the organization's thinking. Is that what we're talking about?
Perfect.
Okay, good. Okay, let's see. MP, so why don't you start with telling me about Othella's relationship with Freddie Novak?
Othella can't stand Freddie, man. He thinks he's a backstabber angling for his job.
Wait, this is ridiculous. Wait,
Yeah.
So it's not just about the PR stuff?
Nah, man, it goes way deeper than that. I mean, he's convinced that Freddie is trying to get Phil Boyer. He's telling Phil Boyer that he should get rid of Othella and try to install him in his place.
Ooh. Is there any truth to that, though?
Nah, man, none whatsoever. Freddie's a marketing guy, so he has no interest in roster management, salary cap, any of that stuff.
Let me ask you this. So has the paranoia showed up in other aspects of Othella's work that you're aware of?
I mean, the biggest example is the trade proposal. He thinks that if he trades me, that means that Freddie has failed. And if Freddie has failed, then Freddie gets fired. And if Freddie gets fired, then Othella's safe.
Whoa. So he's GMing now to save his job, not to help the team?
Exactly.
This is some pretty explosive stuff, man. But while we're at it, is there anything else I should know about?
Yeah, at the end of the day, man, Othella Ogpim is a good man who just lost his way. You know, he's worried about his job security. That's why he's making decisions that will cripple the franchise for years to come. You know, he wants to give away 3 first-round picks in addition to me for Shep Owens. I mean, why would you do that when I'm at least the same level prospect as Shep? I'll tell you why, because he's paranoid and bitter. You know, and it all started when Phil Boyer overruled him on draft night.
So he was in favor of Shep all along?
Correct. Yep. But then I started finding success on the court. Freddie's plan started working off the court as well, and Othella just went off the deep end. And now we're here. You know, he's fighting for everything the organization is trying to do to improve because he feels threatened. You know, and when a guy like Othella feels like his back is against the wall, he lashes out, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. You know, it's unfortunate, but I got nothing against the guy personally. I'm just say that. But he's just not in his right mind at all. And he's got to go before he throws the next 10 years down the drain just to satisfy his own ego.
You know, I think that's going to have to do it for today, Nate. You good?
I'm more than good. This is what us reporters live for. But I've got to verify all this, of course.
Of course.
And, I mean, this is a tremendous scoop. And if I have any questions, I'll reach out. But otherwise, you gentlemen have a great day.
Thank you, Nate. Pleasure working with you.
So how'd I do?
How'd you do?
Yeah.
You crushed that.
Don't worry, but I was so nervous.
That was great.
Neil, Ash, give me something.
Not bad at all.
I have no complaints.
See? Now, we wait. Now, I expect the report to be out in a few days, so until then, you just do what you do.
Ball out.
Ball out. That's right.
Good job yesterday. I told everyone involved was through.